Hello, I'm Grace from gracequantock.com and welcome to our next Trailblazer interview. I can tell you're excited, you're on the edge of your seat, and as you should be, because today we have the wonderful Holli Thompson who does Nutritional Style. Now, Holli is the founder of Nutritional Style at hollithompson.com, and she's helping women embrace wellness successfully daily. So, Holli, can you tell us your story? Sound bites? Tell us what you know.
Yeah, well, I was always pretty healthy my whole life and had a big career in New York City, high pressure career and lots of travel. And I was a vice president for Chanel, as you might know, and travel around the world and big job. And what happened was I got married and eventually, after a couple of years, moved out of the city and decided to leave my career to find something new. And what happened was that my health fell apart. When I moved to the countryside, I started to get severe allergies to the environment. That led to migraines, it led to chronic sinus, and it basically, my health spiraled. One symptom led to another, and it became this kind of, perfect storm of all of these different clusters of symptoms that piled on top of each other. Led to infertility, weight gain, several miscarriages, then hormonal imbalance, depression, and basically within, over the period of 2 to 4 years, during that time period, I was just down and out and sick and unhappy and felt horrible all the time. I didn't wake up excited about the day. I woke up saying, oh my gosh, how am I going to get through this day? And what happened was I got to a point where things continued to break down. I was sick all the time. I ended up with a viral rash that was mononucleosis. I had 7 sinus infections in a year. I was living on antibiotics. And I got to the point where a friend of mine said, have you considered that your immunity is highly compromised? And there was something about the way she said that to me that it scared me. It just really scared me. I thought, oh my gosh, if my immunity is compromised and all these different things are happening to me now, what else? What else is coming? And it was truly an aha moment for me, where literally that next morning I woke up and I started making lists. And I had saved along the way different holistic healers and doctors and a nutritionist, a holistic nutrition person, and acupuncture, all of these different ways of, holistic healthcare practitioners. And the next morning started calling and started seeing people and went into my kitchen and took out my books. And I just thought, my cookbooks, and thought, I have to approach this in every way possible. And one of them I knew had to be through my food. I knew I had studied enough about nutrition over the years, and I had gotten away from my healthy habits that I had had when I had this big career. And I really circled back. I went into my kitchen. I started home cooking again. I started buying only organic foods. I started going to the market, and I really just stepped it up gradually and started to take better care of myself in every way I possibly could. And it wasn't some big, scary, extreme thing. I did it gradually. Because it was all I could handle, but that was what worked. And it didn't happen overnight. My healing really came over the next couple of years, on to 3 years, on to 4 years, where I would gradually lost weight, gradually my hormones came into balance, gradually started feeling better and better, and all of a sudden, within 2 years later, my doctor called me, my general doctor, and said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, why?" And he said, "Well, I haven't seen you in almost a year." And he had been so used to seeing me all the time for chronic aches and pains and, and I realized that over those few years, I had gotten away from all of those medications. I had gone from a fistful of pills to none. And here we are, probably 10 years from the beginning of that, when that started, where I don't take any medications at all. I still feel great. I've just gone further and further. And so as you know, I went back to school for nutrition and found Nutritional Style. My website is nutritionalstyle.com, by the way. Okay. And that's okay. Holli is Holli Thompson, and that will get you to my website, but it is nutritionalstyle.com. I found a Nutritional Style. I started working with clients, and the rest is history. Now I'm just having fun, spreading the word. I'm writing a book. I'm blogging. I'm, on TV, and I am doing the best I can to help women realize that it doesn't have to be the way it is. There's so much we can do naturally. There's so much we can do just through our food. And our food really is our medicine. When I find myself getting off track, I go back into the kitchen. I realize, okay, you need more variety. Are you getting enough B12? And, what can we do to boost your phytonutrients? If I'm under periods of stress, I look at my food. I don't look at pills or medicine or pharmaceuticals.
Thank you. That's a beautiful story, and listening to the way you express it and the way you light up when you're talking about how things are now. Yes. And it's so true. So many of us do, when we begin our healing journeys, we do just come home to the kitchen. And it's a place where so many of us come back to. And I think also so many of us have been in that position when we're just living in a soup of illnesses. And it can be very intimidating when we are looking at people who shifted their lives. So I love the way you explained that at the time you couldn't take on 100,000 wellness things to do, but it did change gradually, and that is how all of our wellness journeys take place. But sometimes we end up looking at it like a before and after picture, and it's not an accurate representation. Right. And that tends to put us off. We think, well, I can't do that tomorrow, so we don't make a start. Exactly. But just these little things. Right. So you come now, and now your mission is to spread this now to other people. So as part of that, what, in your opinion, is the one shift, the one little easy, approachable step that people could make going away from this video today?
Add in more vegetables. It's so simple, but the phytonutrients that you are getting from whole foods, from adding in more vegetables, don't focus about taking things away right now. Just focus on adding in. And that is going to, over the long term, help balance you. If you can ease into a smoothie, a green smoothie with those vegetables, or a green juice, if your body can tolerate that. Just getting those good, uplifting, clean food, phytonutrients into your body right now to begin that lift up. They are uplifting to the spirit. They are, and they will help balance your hormones, and they will help balance your thyroid and your overall, all of your body's systems. So that would be it. Get into your kitchen. Go to the farmer's market.
Add in the veggies. And sometimes green smoothies or juices, if you haven't had them. I'm at college now studying counselling. And every week I have my juice and my smoothie, and people sit and say, what's that? I say, I don't know if I could try that. And people are interested, and it's lovely. But they can look quite scary. Like, what's this funny jar of this dark green? I mean, I don't know what it is. So even adding in a salad with a meal, or before Absolutely. A meal, or adding in a piece of low GI fruit instead of a biscuit, or just these tiny steps, they do make such a difference.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people think they need to jump right in and do some, a green juice cleanse for 3 days, and that's how they're going to get healthy. And that's not my recommendation at all. I mean, often if you are ill, or if you're not used to eating that way, or if you don't have a high level of vegetables and phytonutrients in your diet, you can actually get very sick. your body will detox too fast, and it's going to make you very uncomfortable, and it's also going to throw you off of this good path because you're going to think that it's not for you, and that's really not the case. So you want to do it no matter where you are in your path. You want to do it gradually. And as you said, if someone already has a lot of veggies and salads in your diet, try a green smoothie, try a green juice. If you are eating a lot of processed food and you're living on, paper boxes of noodles that you add hot water to, add a salad in. Start adding salad, start adding veggies, get them into as many meals as you can, and work your way over there to that green smoothie.
We actually started, when we used to help people go veggie and vegan, what we actually started suggesting was, instead of focusing on that, was just, there's an organic box company here called riverfood.co.uk, and they will deliver an organic box to your door. And the prices are very competitive with the supermarkets, even sometimes with non-organic produce. So we would actually give out their leaflets and say, the vegetables in there are so interesting, are so different to what you will have seen before. They're so exciting. People stopped needing to add the processed things and the more healthy things to their diets because it wasn't meat and two veg. It was Romanesco cauliflower. What's that? Or all these funny things that beautiful, gorgeous field mushrooms, and suddenly that became the centerpiece. And other things, they just moved away.
Yeah, exactly. So we want to focus on adding in rather than deprivation, rather than taking away and making you feel badly like you can never have your Cheetos or your potato chips again. You just want to focus on adding in those good things and go slowly. If it's one thing or one day, success. That's a success.
Can you share with us a challenge and triumph from your journey?
I think my biggest challenge was being a mom along with healing myself. Because when you're a mother and you have a baby, the baby has to come first always. And so that was my biggest challenge, was really taking care of both of us and my husband in the process. And somehow we managed to do that slowly, gradually. So by the time, a year or two had passed, my son was on board, my husband was on board. But that was the biggest challenge, was that a lot of women in our society, whether you're, a mother or a girlfriend or a sister or a daughter, we're not on this journey alone. We often want to bring our family along with us. So that was a challenge. My biggest success, I would have to say, was the launch of Nutritional Style. When I went back to nutrition school, I had heard about this one school in particular that I went to, Integrative Nutrition, and I've gone to several other schools as well, but I heard about Integrative Nutrition, and I thought, oh my gosh, that is exactly what I want to do. I need to study what just happened, because I had done it on my own with my own knowledge and my own research. I need to study this. I want to get certified. People need to know this. At that point, Grace, I never anticipated what's happened in my business. I never anticipated that it would become a wellness company, that I would be on TV. I mean, maybe in my wildest dreams, yes, my sister was saying, you should be on TV, you'll be on TV, or you'll be there talking about this, and I'd be like, oh, ha, ha. Never in my wildest dreams thinking that what's happened would happen, or that I would be allowed to spread my message in the way that I have, as far as I have. I'd be talking to someone from the UK, and I have lots of clients in the UK. I love working in your country. So that's been my biggest success, has been that it has really grown very quickly, and I'm excited about continuing to grow Nutritional Style and bring more and more things to the fore. I'm writing a book right now that will be published in 2013. So I'm really excited about that, and I think that'll be a big step too.
So that's so wonderful to hear, and you've got a lot of other exciting things up next. You're writing your book, you're going to have it published. It just sounds that it's a wonderful time for you. So thank you so much for taking time out of your incredibly exciting schedule to come and be here today with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you so much for joining us. Again, please, I will put all Holli's details below if you'd like to visit her website. And do go follow her on social media and support her, because as you can tell, very lovely woman. You can see that from here. And we will certainly be following your journey and saying thank you very, very much. So thank you.
Thanks very much.